Kalong shisha ka jingker khu yiki khynnah skul hadian baka sarkar jella kala penjensur ki kendon yada na khlam COVID-19 hakaba kala sha byang ban penlong no yiki skul hadian arsnem baki khynnah skul kala penpaw ka jing kmen bakraw namar ba kimdon kam shu ban le online ka jing pulia jangki henrik la yo lat ban yakendo markhmat bat ki nonghikai ban yo yaki jing batai Nakaliang ka kenhun usilong mel ukerwa ka atyar kalayo banyak keren bagi principal ki nonghikai berkumjuru ki khynnah skul ki bela pensngo ya lagi jinglap link ba ka online class bat minta baki la yo ban le ka offline class ka Nancy Mary Nongrum bat ka Vanessa mar banyang kila batai baki sngo tenat baki kmen shibon bala long skul byang da ka baong baki kham sngo thu shibon ya ka jinghikai haki offline class ban haki online class Katus ni flash shang hing deh dalam long school no. Dia mentah pada pula long school via semua kamu no.
Ya best. Setengah one school. Beli bahaya yang su thok baik kum dan offline ile kuliah telah su page bayi dan masuk page tu. Ha school teng ya hab kuliah hab thok long yo jing explanation. Ni semua thok dah thok. Hayang tahap su shang su thok baik kan baik miss ka notes.
Dia hapor kita kipor fish ya dan yang jing ba fish have your face.
Họ học your face, học your phone your friends, but pi trong pi attend class em, pi cái notes, dan banyak ting yo lah, yang isi tip nak kemis ke. Minta bawan ting tip nak kemis dan ting ile yang tip lah. For exam dan ki subject, dan ki chapters banyak kem yo lah, ting harus pulih bikin nabok.
Dan difference nam hapan online but offline.
Both. One difference.
Kita pelak bersih.
Well, dan offline ni lah tu ben kali directly nak kemis. Ba ke subject ba ni kem yo ba ni yo bidan kam explanation yang pat long dan ngim yo ada ruk ngim tip syo. The exam tengin sa tip tang bala slam palat.
Nonghikai jeng kesin admin school Satya Singh ulai tho ba udap da jing kemen habala play biang yaki school. Bat ki don shibon ki jing pair habaya day bat ki jing hikai haki online class namar babon ki khynnah kimjia shim benta.
We are happy that we have started school. And first 2 days we were into only fun and games with the boys, and today was the second day. So tomorrow being our third day, so we will be getting into the educational process. Teaching and learning will be on.
Okay.
So that is
and
the
so
basic
thing. What do you think is the main difference between online and offline classes?
See, there's a lot of difference between online and offline classes. So when you're talking about online, so we are looking at a screen. And most of the time the children would say, you see, sir or miss, can we switch off the camera because my internet issues are there. And at random, when you call the name, the child is not there. So we are not clear that is he taking the education or not. So we are doing our part, but the child is there or not there, we are not aware. So and in that process, what's happening? The learning gaps have increased. So these learning gaps now that we are coming back to school, which we call offline. So we can look into the needs of the child and cater to every individual child's needs, because we will know their weaknesses and strengths, and we will definitely work on their weakness. So that is a plus point of when in a face-to-face interaction. No, that's a very big plus point for us, that the students are in front of us. And that interaction is very fruitful. See, the government has taken the right decision. It's 2 years that the children never came to school, and the screen time for these children has increased at home. And the problem is that eyesight to health and addiction is the biggest problem that parents are facing and we teachers are facing. The addiction is so powerful, in the sense it's difficult to take away the mobile phones from the hands of the child. So it's better that they come to school. They come. See, education is not only about teaching. It's about what you see our boys are doing over here, playing football. Our first 2 days when we started school, it was fun and games. That's it. It's just fun and games. And as I told you earlier, that we're going to start education from tomorrow. See, the role of a teacher is more. It's the second home for our children. These children, when they come to school, it's their second home, and we are kind of parents to them. And the role of teacher is dynamic in nature. We have to cater to their needs in all senses. It's not only about education. It's about their growth. It's about their co-curricular activities. It's about football. It's about swimming. It's about games. It's about connecting with each other. boys haven't seen each other for long. They don't even remember the names, especially our junior school. That's hit badly. So they can't even recognize each other. So these are the problems. So we have a dynamic role to play, and definitely we are there for the kids. So that is what only I have to say.
Nakaliang jung Father Anthony Kharkhangor principal jung St. Anthony's High Secondary School ulai tho ba arpho percent na ki shispa percent kim shimla la ban shong ki online class namar ka jing bambiang ki internet ki mobile bar ka examen online ka pher shibun haba ka ya day ka jing pass lut ki khynnah
ningong ning sharp klempep ni di ban sungu yo blay namar ba le si ublay ulai I ka jing testing ka jing u yang ni ki brio re ni kum ki brio nim shimla du jing kermen Ipidiang yang kini kai berok kabak jongka jingwan jongka ni Kham, ipidiang yang jingwan jongka jingpang jing stom jing jar, rengi ki brio pat ngim simla sange, rengi nang ya trei ban nang ya tur banyale kumno ban ngin job ya kani, but nakaliang jungi bar khot Kham pep ki brio bar khot le kit khia banya smart care shwai ladi, namar ka jingkot ka jingkhia kawan ha pedeng do, namar Kham ka jingkot ka jingkhia ngim la balai Tika sorkar rungis ngine benai khu blei shibun namar kila bersangkat bala kumno banyada ya kan ka Kham tengine kalian juga skul nilai lekat bala banda trik rengkat ka sorkar tementa pat yu iba ka sorkar kala yu iba kan ka covid kala dang here bat kumta kila ai kala ba ya ka skul ya ki skul baru bakin pleno bat ni di ban sungu ya ka sorkar ba ki don ke jingshane aru ha ki nong penya jung ka skul Kham pep ki nong penya jung ka skul ki di nong penya ki bala tip ki bala nang ban smart care ban create a discipline ban buat a protocol ka ba ka government kala betha ha ka notification jongki bat ngiru na kalian jo school ngilai lekat bala ban motivate ki make pa ki khynnah ru mo bakin yakit khia ba kani ka jingwan jo ka covid kam de ban pinsange no ba ka jing puli puti jongiru kan sa do no lani kan sa ki khynnah ru ki sa jai tu no te na kalian jo ka school ngilai kan ngilai organize ba ngilai conduct online classes but hakku juga pon offline classes lada ka sorkar kala ailat te hakini ki sistem baladem ni ki online classes na ka benta ki khynnah kala bana benta ki parents ki kai kala rap shi bon namar men shuang akan mau ki tu sistem ni don ki mobile ringim ju wat pada ka jing tip ban pendon kam kumnoi ki apps prepare ki google kumno ban conduct exams using the google format kumni tai rementa pada ka jing don juga ni Kham bar khoj kumnung ni ha ban ya wat ni ha ban ya tip tengi iklai rap shibun bat ki kan ya rap Kham benya shushu Kham bon shushu ya kitu Kham tamba biang ki facility juga internet badon ki mobile re hakini ki snem balalej pan iba nakaliang let's say out of 100% la kumno prapo percent ki khna jungi ki attend re ki arpo percent pat kabangi wat kade ke jing kabangi syam kalau bakim yo ya ke internet facility kim don ki mobile ki babiang re kataru ngila nia adjust kumno banyarap ikini ki arpo ngot pat ki bamsim la yo ban attend ya ko online te hakata kur kom dangi pe ko online klayarap anda ngila ya kandak pada kata ko online classes bat kalayat bet re dangila kandak pada ko online exams ngai ka don ka jing pe shi bun dangi kendak ko online exams dalam ngila yo ek ki answer script ngi bar ko ki kena ya lab halot ya pass lot den dangila evaluate ba nge bat nga sushania bat nga tharai bale si kam simla don kata ka seriousness hina kaliang jung ki pa ban budien lani na kaliang jung kena ru hoi dangi kenya kata kom ngi ba online classes ka ya ka don ka connectivity bat kinoi kai bat ka Kham don Kham jan shushu na malada I noi kai mkwa ban kran lo ibar khoj ila ban connect but individually don personally ta kai rap shibon real ngi don ko offline classes ngi don ke positive but advantage but disadvantage online ngi don advantage but disadvantage nri ha bangi page but kaya pair bak la ngi don ko offline pi ko offline ko lomba ki noi kai ki don na class ki I di laki kmat I kena ki pes ngotu hi nang tal la shim jing khen le ki science ki maths ki ni ki long ba kin happen pendon kami ki blackboard te ki kena la ki shuba tai kum to ko online ko long ki shim jing kan te da ka ba don offline pat ngi ba ki kena kin hap tri stom hi dala di te la ngi don online pat ki don ka to open book exams ki la ban ngim tip ki pet tu na ka mobile na ki pet ki book ka kot khamat ki tho nrei haka offline examination pet kim la balek ta bade kan ni I haka ni ka compare kan ni exams bangila dem ki class 9 haka por bangi don ka first term ngi don online exams bar ko je pass lot nrei dangi lai don pat kata ka selection exams bar ko je fail lot pi kamot kanon ka ide ka jing ang tu kadon ni ka jing pair ti ngis ngok kmen baga sarkar kla sha menta ban ni scam bagi khynnah kinsa one no skul bat ni kmen bat ki mi ki paru ki kmen ki dang ang not hi lanu ko baga skul kan pleno ni kong ni siap ni de basngu yu blebiang lamar ba ka skul juni kadon ka campus ba he ba kalong very spacious te ki khynnah ru ban wan hang ni da ki hajar kidang biang ba namar kini snem balale ni la ya tum ka jing thaga sokar ndon jing ta ndon jing bit ndon jing pang manuru la da don tang iwe ru retan ka daw jing iwe ngim sim la khang ku skul bar khoj ring ong yi tui khynnah ben shong hayi la ni la da bit manu patang ya tu ka class ni pha shong shwa hayi ni suspend ba steo nda kila khoj ha re nginang pat ban bot din de ki na ka daw ni kit khya ba ki di ban khoj ban khya ma ki
U principal jangka school St. Edmunds, brother Solomon, ula penpa ba udap de jing kmen baka sarkar kala ailat biang ban pleno yaki school. Ula ong baka jing wan jiki khynnah menta kasngi kalong khandai po pra persen. Ba ula penpa ru baha kini ki ars ngi uklam penlong hi class bat baki don tang ke jing le kai nomor hadian ke jing shong yeng ba ars nam kenti kam shong nang rem bakin shoes dang no yaki jing hi kai bat baki khynnah ki don kam bahai kane shaban sedang yaki class.
First of all, I'm thrilled, absolutely thrilled that the schools have opened because our children have been staying at home, cooped up, and now they get an opportunity to, come out. And I'm delighted, absolutely delighted.
And what about the attendance? Can you tell about the turnout of the students? Is it good?
Okay, so yesterday we opened our school for classes 5 to 10 and the attendance has been amazing, 98% attendance, 98% attendance. So that itself shows that the parents are very, very keen on sending the children to school. And there was no compulsion on my side. I never said that you have to come to school. Left it absolutely open and the parents, this is the parents' desire. So they have to sign a consent letter.
Alright.
So we had a prescribed format which we sent the children and they got it signed and they'll bring it back.
Okay.
That's it.
So, brother, the biggest difference is the online and the offline classes. So, in a traditional setting, in a traditional classroom setting, usually a teacher would teach students, and they would, do you think there's a difference between the connection and the teaching?
Absolutely. I mean, online, yes, you can use the technology to teach, but you cannot replace a teacher, actual teacher who's teaching. You cannot replace technology. I mean, you cannot replace a normal teacher with technology, but a combination of both is excellent. Now, one of the plus points I see in offline classes is the children learn a lot from each other,
Correct.
which they will not get in online, because online they're all behind a camera. And they are behind a screen. Whereas here, the dynamics that takes place in the classroom, it's amazing. So a shy child, for example, who's afraid to ask questions, what will happen is somebody else might ask a question and his answers, he's got the answer.
Correct.
And that dynamics where the children themselves teach each other and they learn from each other is irreplaceable. You cannot get that anywhere.
Okay. And brother, can you tell us about your concept of the 2 days of not having classes and actually just the students having fun and can you tell us?
So see, the thing is, I said it is these children are coming to school after 16 months, never had any games, nothing, no activity, nothing. They are stuck in the house. Now when they come to school, it will be such a out of sync process that if you start immediately with the teaching of maths and science and chemistry and all that, unless you work with the children, get them slowly eased into it's like an entry. It's like a guy going to space and coming back to the earth. It's like that. So you need to get the children enter into the school thing. So that's why the concept of, I made sure that there are no studies for the first 2 days. They just had football games and fun and games where they could release their pent up energy and form connections among themselves. Now when they're mentally, physically, emotionally released, when they feel good about themselves, now they're ready to study. Now they're ready. That's my concept. Definitely. I mean, I think it's a very, very positive steps. Hats off to Conrad Sama, Shri, Honorable Chief Minister. That's one. And secondly, the role of a principal, to me, according to me, is to make sure you work with the teachers. You have to actually carry your staff, your parents, and the children together. And the most important thing for me is the child is a focus. When the child is a focus, then you can't go wrong. You have to keep the child's interest first, and then you get your parents and teachers on your side, on board, and we work for the children. So that is my philosophy. Carry the whole school together.